Welcome to Books in Sum, your go-to for bite-sized book summaries.
Why Marriages Succeed or Fail by John Gottman. Psychologist John Gottman has dedicated his entire career to figuring out what is it that determines which couples stay together and which couples don't. To do this, he devised a special experiment in which hundreds of couples are asked to pick something to argue about for 15 minutes. Each word, facial expression, and vocal inflection is filmed and then analyzed microsecond by a team of researchers. The 15 minutes are what Gottman describes as an X-ray of a marriage, and his team can predict which couples will divorce within the next 3 years with a 94% accuracy rate. In these book bites, you'll learn the key signs of a troubled marriage, practical strategies for improving the communication in your relationship, and how to change negative dynamics. The key idea is that fighting isn't bad if it's balanced by positive interactions. The 4 red flags that suggest couples are getting caught in a negative spiral are criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. These red flags are identified by Gottman as the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. To understand them better, we look at a case study of one marriage that starts out with loving communication, but ends up very estranged after the couple gets visited by one horseman after another and gets stuck in negative communication patterns. Eric and Pam had recently gotten married, but often bickered about money. Eric thought that eating out less often and biking to work was enough of a sacrifice, while Pam took it to another level and started doing supermarket shopping using coupons and denying the other person the benefit of the doubt. Gottman's findings suggest that marriages need conflict in order to survive, but it's a delicate balance between an explosive fight and a passionate coming together again. In the relationship between Eric and Pam, after a year of fighting about money, Eric had stopped apologizing for his spending and had started hurling insults at Pam, calling her a stingy cheapskate. Pam started feeling disgust toward Eric and took every opportunity to let him know how disappointing he was to her. Their marriage had become a battleground filled with contempt, and their judgmental beliefs about each other had hardened. Contempt is expressed in insults and name-calling, sarcasm, or hostile humor, and contempt can be read all over your body. Defensiveness is a natural reaction to being bombarded by negative judgments, and Eric and Pam's marriage had become so hostile that they felt like they had no idea why they had married one another. Defensiveness is a refusal to take responsibility in a relationship, leading to a defensive cycle where both parties feel like they're the victim. Stonewalling is the 4th and most dangerous horseman in the relationship, where one partner stops engaging completely and becomes like a wall of stone. This is very provocative behavior, as it communicates to the other partner that they don't even deserve their attention. When there's no engagement, there's no real communication, making it hard to heal the relationship and making it like living in a home and sharing a bed with a hostile stranger. Mastering 3 key communication skills can save a marriage that seems to be stuck in a negative deadlock. Gottman has isolated 3 communication skills that will turn your relationship around. These strategies aren't designed to stop you arguing, but rather to help you argue better. The first strategy is learning how to regulate your emotions during an argument. This will help you think clearly and hear what your partner is saying. The second strategy is to agree on a signal beforehand with your partner and explain that you're not trying to avoid the discussion. The third strategy is to stay calm in the heat of an argument and to wait at least 20 minutes for your physiological responses to go back to normal. To break a defensive pattern in a marriage, it is important to think calm, validating thoughts like "we're upset now, but we love each other very much." To help you calm down, meditate or do breathing exercises. To practice speaking to your partner in a non-defensive way, write a list of all the things you love and admire about them, and practice actively appreciating who they are and what they do. Take some time every day to tell them one thing you admire or are grateful for. It doesn't matter exactly what you say, as long as it's positive and genuine. Okay, are the 3 key strategies for improving your relationship with your partner are listening non-defensively, weighing up your statements, and making your complaint as specific as possible. When you do get into a conflict with your partner, watch your body language and remember that even if your partner is angry, you don't have to be afraid. When it's your turn to speak, make sure they know you're listening by making empathetic statements like "I understand," or just by nodding and making eye contact. Finally, train yourself to look for the positive and let your partner know that you appreciate them, which will completely disarm their habitual defensiveness. This is a process, and the more you practice, the more you'll experience how transformational these small changes are. When you validate your partner, you mirror back what they're saying to show you're actively listening. Empathize with them by putting yourself in their shoes and trying to imagine what they're thinking and feeling. Validating what your partner says doesn't mean you agree with them, but it shows that you take them seriously and care about their point of view. If at first you don't succeed, try again. It's not enough to read about these skills and use them once or twice. The key to transforming a relationship is to practice these strategies so much that they become as natural to you as the negative patterns once were. Start small and practice calming yourself, speaking non-defensively, and validating your partner in an ordinary conversation. Overlearning means that you become so used to that behavior that it becomes automatic. So even in the heat of an argument, you're able to access these tools. This will help you to have a meaningful argument, one in which both of you are able to say how you feel and know that your partner gets it. Marriages are like delicate ecosystems, and these tools will interrupt the negative thoughts and allow you to find that love again.
We hope you found this summary helpful in your listening journey. If you're interested in diving deeper into the topic or getting your hands on the whole book, be sure to check the description below where we've included links to the book and other related products that may be useful to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on our latest book summaries. And feel free to leave a comment with any suggestions or requests for books you'd like us to cover. Thanks again for tuning in and happy listening.